Hello and welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. My name is Cilla. Once again, we're still working with Auburn Lane. We are in week 4 and I've really enjoyed playing with this collection this month because honestly it's the nostalgia factor. I have told you I've had an emotional attachment to this collection. And a lot of those feelings have abated, but getting to just play with this collection and really delve into the creativity and look at design factors, I'm enjoying it in a completely different way. If you had told me that there were 6 black and white patterns in this entire collection, I would have said no, but there are 6 black and white patterns. And the reason I would have been dubious about that is because the first time I bought this collection, I did not buy the entire collection. I just picked out the papers that I loved the most. And it isn't that I don't love these papers. I just, they weren't what was at the top of my mind. And then when I was looking at my paper pad, I thought, I can do a monochromatic, not just monochromatic, but a really neutral layout and just play with pattern, design, and the fact that it's monochromatic will help it not be so busy and crazy. So I promised that by the end of this month, I would be doing really fall layouts. And I'm going to. So this video is going to be another twofer. I'm going to create this layout, but it's not going to be on screen. I just wanted to show you the papers. Now this one's not black and white, it's gray, but I'm going to use this as my base to make these pop a little bit. So that's my thoughts. When at the end of the video, I'll show you the completed layout. I just wanted to kind of talk through that portion, about that in this collection. Now we're going to get into the actual layout for this week. I still have a lot left in my paper pad. As you can see, there's still a lot left in there, which it's a playground. I can make anything I want to out of it. But this time, I really want to dive into the more autumnal colors. So this, to me, is autumnal. And this is autumnal. And if you'll notice, I'm pulling out the deep earth tones. I'm going to pull this one out just because I love it so much. And now that I think about it, I don't think I want to text, but we'll see. I thought I had... I guess I've used it all. Okay, so I think I need one more. Maybe we'll use these flowers because that just brings all those colors together. So I believe that's what we're going to do. Okay, that makes me excited. Just looking at that makes me happy, happy, happy. I may bring in some of my 6x8 as well. Let me get my sketch and photos, and I'll be right back. I've done a lot of work off the camera because it's tedious work. So I used a cut file from Silhouette to cut this branch wreath, and I searched for fall wreaths, and it came up in my search. So this is the piece I cut that from, obviously. And I did some fussy cutting of, what did I do with those flowers? So some of this paper and these flowers, I did some fussy cutting. And I've done some die cutting of leaves, just different variations of fall leaves to kind of tuck in around. I'm thinking about using This Was a Perfect Day from this thicker set. It is Vicki Boutin. I don't remember what collection. And I need to do some adhering. I want to do some pop dots behind different elements here, but to give it just a slight bit of dimension. And I'm probably going to put fun foam behind this photo to give that some dimension. Let me pause again and get that taken care of, and I'll be right back. I have completed the layout. I'm super happy with it. And I want to talk a little bit about this love of paper. Now, if you are not a paper lover, you probably need to click off. But if you love, love, love paper, the design, the texture, the tactile feel, maybe the smell even, this is probably going to resonate somewhat with you. I went into a lot of description of how I felt about this collection. I wanted to build to this moment and talk about actually using what we have. I also want to mention that for this layout, I did a Google search for Auburn Lane because I wanted a fresh idea, and found a video from 5 years ago that had a wreath on it. And it's from Jen Scow. Now, Jen Scow is not currently making videos, but I am so thankful that she has left up her content because it was a tremendous help. Anyone who is putting out free content, I am so, so grateful. There is a huge creative library on YouTube at our fingertips, and it is so beneficial. Let's get back to the photo. We're in New York City in Central Park. You can see the skyline behind this tree. This was the first part of December. It's still fall. And this tree is bare, and this one is still just gloriously yellow. I thought that was beautiful. The juxtaposition, the contrast, I just thought it was gorgeous. So that is what this photo is about. I'm going to pause again and bring in the finished monochromatic layout, and then we're going to be finished with Auburn Lane. This is my finished monochromatic layout. I, on purpose, chose embellishments from my kit that were also monochromatic. Now, you can tell, because the Christmas tree behind me, the stockings on the mantle, that this was at Christmas time, but the story is not about it being Christmas. It's about us being out of power for 45 hours. So that's why I have 45 there. The power went out on Christmas Eve. I was dressed, we were under blankets. I was dressed in a knit cap and very thick clothes. We had to dress in layers inside the house. We stayed in front of the fireplace. The dogs even, I mean, they would go out and do their business, but they came back in and they wanted to be in front of the fireplace as well. It was cold inside of our house. Going through that, I titled this On the Bright Side because we became very, very thankful that we had the fireplace, and we were very thankful that we were able to heat, because our stove is gas. We never lost water. We were able to, take care of our lives, and we didn't have to go anywhere because there was a travel ban, and some people had to travel from their homes because they didn't have any way to get warm or to stay safe. So I just wanted to highlight that fact, that how thankful we were during a pretty grim couple of days. All right, my friends, we are concluding playing with Auburn Lane. I am satiated. I'm very, very content and satisfied with what I used, how I got to play with it, and I will mention again, it is never the intent for Collection Obsession to kill a kit. It is never that intention. It's simply to play with it. But we have a history with Auburn Lane, and I am to the point now that I'm ready to get down to the things that I know I love and I know that I will use in the future. I think I'm finished playing with it as a collection. Thank you so much for joining me for Collection Obsession this month. I will be sharing my October Collection Obsession in a few days. Come back. We will chat again soon. Bye-bye.